There is a single recognition that Joel Goldsmith said underlies every other teaching of the infinite way. It is not complex. In fact, it can be spoken in 3 words. God is all, not God is present. Not God is very powerful. Not God is greater than evil. But God is all, the only being, the only presence, the only power, the only cause, and the only effect everything. Welcome to the Infinite Way teaching series. I am so glad you are here. Today we begin at the very foundation, Principle 1. And if you allow this principle to truly land in your consciousness, not just as a mental concept, but as a living realization, it will alter the way you see everything. Segment 2. What does God is all actually mean? Let's be very precise about what Goldsmith meant by God is all. Because it is easy to hear this and agree with it on the surface while still living as if God is one reality among many. When Goldsmith said God is all, he meant there is no other substance. God is the only substance, the only life, the only intelligence, the only law, not the supreme power among lesser powers, the only power. This has staggering implications. It means that whatever appears as disease, lack, fear, or evil has no divine law to sustain it. It has no ultimate reality. It is, in the infinite way language, an appearance, a false sense arising from the belief in a power apart from God. If God is all, and God is good, then there is no reality to evil, sickness, or lack. They exist as mistaken beliefs in consciousness, but they have no law to sustain them. No cause to produce them, no substance to give them continuity. Segment 3, the implications, no opposing power. Now some people hear this and think, but what about suffering? What about war? What about the terrible things that happen in the world? Is Goldsmith simply denying reality? No, he was the most compassionate of teachers. He acknowledged the appearance of suffering fully. What he denied was its ultimate reality, its power, its authority, its God's sanction. And there is a profound difference between the two, don't forget to. He said, "We do not deny that a dream seems real while we are in it, but we also know, when we wake, that the dream had no ultimate substance." The work of the infinite way practitioner is to wake up to God's allness in any situation, and in that waking, the dream of suffering loses its grip. To know God truly is to know that God alone is, and in that knowing, the so-called other powers dissolve, not because we fight them, but because in the light of truth they are seen to have no existence. Demonstration. Story 1. The fear that dissolved. A man we will call Thomas had lived most of his adult life under the shadow of anxiety. Doctors had told him his condition was chronic. He had tried therapy, medication, and various spiritual practices, all with limited results. The fear, as he described it, was like a presence in the room that followed him everywhere. A friend introduced him to the infinite way and specifically to the principle that God is all. Thomas read it and initially dismissed it as too abstract. But his friend encouraged him to sit with one question in meditation. If God is truly all, omnipresent, omnipotent, all good, where is fear? What is it made of? What law sustains it? Thomas began meditating on this question daily, not arguing it, not affirming it, but genuinely exploring it in the silence. One morning, the question became a realization. He later said, "I saw it, not with my eyes, but with something deeper. If God is all there is, fear has no home. It has no address in reality. It is nowhere because there is no place outside of God for it to live." The chronic anxiety did not disappear overnight, but its power over him began to erode, steadily, quietly, unmistakably. Within months it had lifted entirely. Thomas said he had not destroyed fear. He had simply seen through it. Guided Meditation 1. Knowing God is all, let us pause now and allow this truth to move from concept into consciousness. Settle into stillness, close your eyes, breathe gently. In this moment, inwardly acknowledge, there is only one life present here, one presence, one power, not many, one. And that one life is God, perfect, whole, uninterruptible. It is the life you are living right now, not a life you possess, but a life you are. God's own life, expressing. Now, gently, without straining, ask yourself in the silence, where, in this allness of God, is there room for lack, for fear, for limitation? Not a mental argument, simply a quiet seeing. In the light of God's allness, what shadow can remain? Rest in this recognition, let it be simple. God is all that is enough. Slowly return. Carry the allness with you. Segment 6, Living from Oneness. So how does this principle translate into daily living? Goldsmith was always practical. He did not want his students to have a beautiful theology that evaporated the moment they encountered a difficult situation. He taught that the application of God all begins before the problem. It is the practice of acknowledging divine allness before the difficult conversation, before the medical appointment, before the financial review. Not as a technique to manipulate outcomes, but as a genuine inner orientation. He also taught that when a discordant appearance arises, fear, illness, conflict, the practitioner's first move is not to fight it, treat it, or even pray about it in the conventional sense. The first move is to rest in the recognition. God is all, therefore this appearance has no law to sustain it. And then to remain in that inner stillness until the recognition feels true, not hoped for, but known. The moment you take your stand in the consciousness that God is all, you have removed yourself from the battleground. You are not fighting evil. You are beholding its nothingness in the light of divine allness. Demonstration story. 2. Harmony restored in a broken home. A woman we'll call Patricia had watched her family fracture over an inheritance dispute. What had once been a close-knit household had become a battlefield of accusations and silence. She had tried mediation, tried direct conversation. Nothing worked. She felt helpless and heartbroken. A student of the infinite way, Patricia began working with Principle One in a very specific way. Rather than praying for the family members to change or affirming peace, she simply held the truth in her meditation each morning. God is all. Therefore, the reality of every person in this situation is God's own being, love, wholeness, wisdom. This discord is an appearance with no ultimate law to sustain it. She did not speak this to anyone. She did not manipulate any conversation. She worked entirely in the invisible. Over the following weeks, unexpected things began to happen. Phone calls were made that no one had initiated. Misunderstandings were clarified that had seemed impossible to address. The dispute that had seemed intractable softened, then resolved. The family gathered again, quietly, imperfectly, but genuinely. Patricia said, "I didn't fix anything. I stopped believing in the reality of the discord, and the discord stopped believing in itself." Segment 8, Common Misunderstandings. Before our final story, I want to address two misunderstandings of this principle, because they are common and they can actually prevent the realization from taking hold. The first misunderstanding is that God is all means human problems don't matter. This is incorrect. Goldsmith was deeply concerned with human suffering and worked tirelessly to help people in need. What the principle means is that human problems are not the final reality. They are the starting point of spiritual work, not something to be minimized, but something to be transformed through the realization of divine allness. The second misunderstanding is that this is a mental technique, that if you just think God is all hard enough, problems will disappear. This is also incorrect. The realization must be genuine, a movement of consciousness, not a mechanical mental act. Goldsmith said, "A realized truth is power. A merely declared truth is only words." It is not the repetition of words that demonstrates the power of truth. It is the realization, however, brief, that touches consciousness and transforms conditions. Demonstration Story 3. The child who was healed, a mother, whom we'll call Grace, came to an infinite way practitioner in distress. Her young son had been diagnosed with a condition that the doctors described as serious and progressive. She was terrified. The practitioner did not offer reassurance in the conventional sense. Instead, they quietly turned to the truth. The child's real being is the life of God, whole, perfect, complete. God is all. Therefore, the disease has no ultimate reality in the child's true nature. It has no divine law sustaining it. The practitioner worked in this consciousness over several days, not treating the disease as a thing to be fought, but beholding the child's spiritual perfection as the only truth. The mother was encouraged to do the same, not to deny the medical reality before her, but to hold alongside it the recognition of God's allness. The child's condition improved rapidly and unexpectedly. The doctors were surprised. The mother was not. She had felt something shift in the unseen. Goldsmith would point to this story not to establish a formula, but to illustrate a principle. When consciousness is established in the truth of God's allness, that truth finds its expression in the visible, not always as we expect, but always as love. Guided Meditation 2, Resting in Allness. Let us go deeper now. Settle your body into ease, close your eyes. Let everything else wait. In this moment, in this breath, there is only one presence, God, omnipresent, omnipotent, all good. Let your awareness expand gently, not grasping, expanding, as if you are becoming aware of a vast space that has always been here, just beneath the noise. In this space, there is no lack, there is no fear, there is no disease. Not because these words are being spoken, but because in God's allness they have no place. Rest here. You are not far from God, reaching towards something distant. You are within God's own life, always. If a concern tries to enter, simply return. God is all, therefore this concern has no ultimate reality. Only God is real. Only God is present. Let this truth settle into your being, not your mind, but your being. Slowly, gently, return. Bring this knowing with you into your day. Segment 11. Working with this principle daily. Here is how Goldsmith suggested we work with Principle 1 in daily life. Begin each day, before any news, any phone, any concern, with a period of acknowledgement. Simply rest in the recognition. God is all today, whatever appears. God is all when a discordant appearance arises, any appearance. However alarming, pause before reacting, turn within. Remember, this appearance has no God-given law to sustain it. Then rest until that feels true, not just stated. And finally, do not try to make God is all work for you. It already is working. It is the nature of reality. Your only task is to align your consciousness with what is already true. The alignment is the practice. The truth is eternal. You cannot make God all. God already is all. Your work is to open your eyes, your inner eyes, to what has always been so. Segment 12. Closing. God is all. These three words are the beginning and the end of the spiritual journey. Everything else, every principle, every practice, every moment of inner work, is simply a way of more fully realizing what these three words mean. Thank you for being here. Subscribe if this teaching has spoken to your heart. Leave a comment. What resonated most with you today? And join us for Principle 2, where we go deeper into the nature of God as infinite good. Until then, rest in the allness. It is not something you must create. It simply is. If this contemplative meditation has stirred something sacred within you, subscribe to this channel for more Infinite Way teachings. Share in the comments what the awakening of Christ within means in your journey. Turn on notifications to continue with this Infinite Way Kingdom series.